Praise for the opportunities which Governor Mono is creating for them in the state. Senator Yaranye made the appeal when she received a socio-political group, Akon Phenomenal Ladies for Umono, at the Deputy Governor's Lodge. Oturi Makon has more on the report.
Senator Yaranye received the delegation in her residence, expressed gratitude to the women across the 31 local government areas for their sacrifices during the last general elections for the emergence of Governor Mono. Senator Yaranye also advised the women to avail themselves of the various skills acquisition programs in the state in order to build their capacities for leadership. She described the governor as gender-friendly and supporter of the women folk. Senator Yaranye said the governor, in his race agenda, has instituted programs on entrepreneurship, which she advised the women to take advantage of. She announced that the governor was building what she described as 400 compassionate homes for widows in all the wards of the 31 local government areas, noting that 100 of the houses were ready for handing over to the beneficiaries.
The governor of Akwa Ibom State has not treated the women badly, starting from me, the way he carries me along in the governance. It's not just appointments that the governor will do to touch the lives of all the women. But this government can touch you, can help you, can support you in other ways. Entrepreneurship. Governor speaks about it every day.
The President General of Akon Phenomenal Women for Umono, Mrs. Abigail Ekanem, appreciated the Deputy Governor for the warm reception accorded them and congratulated the Deputy Governor on her emergence as one of the 50 most outstanding women in leadership in the country. Mrs. Ekanem said Senator Yaranye's sterling qualities of humility, hard work, and respect have endeared her to so many women who look up to her as their mentor. She noted that Senator Yaranye has changed narrative of women, stressing that her leadership style has inspired others to set the pace for others to follow. She reaffirmed the group's support to the current administration and appealed for more support from the government.
Your loyalty to our dear governor and the wealth of experience have contributed to the stability of our state. Phenomenal 8 years of good governance.
Goodwill messages were received from the wife of the secretary to the state government, Dr. Nemesaluwa, among others. High point of the event was the presentation of gift items and souvenir by the group to the deputy governor. Oturi Makon, AKBC News.
You're still watching AKBC 405 News. We'll take a break here, and when we return, University of Uyo holds 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture, and State Legislature moves to checkmate activities of scavengers. This and more when we return. Stay with us. You're welcome back. The 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture of the University of Uyo has been held. The lecture, which had its topic Employability and Dynamics of Service Delivery in a Challenged Economy, the Way Forward for Tertiary Institutions in Nigeria, was delivered by a guest lecturer and Vice Chancellor, National University of Science and Technology, Abuja, Professor Joseph Eberendu. The lecture held at the 1,000-seater capacity third floor auditorium, University of Uyo Main Campus, Waneba Road, Uyo. Esther Morin completes the story.
Professor Iberendu, who touched key areas of concern in relation to the topic, highlighted the importance of employability while advocating self-development and flexibility in adapting to changing work situations to boost job satisfaction, adding that such innovations are prerequisites to meeting global standards of service delivery.
Enhance job performance, open up more career options, help people become more flexible to changing work situation, and improve job satisfaction.
The host and registrar University of Uyo, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, said the lecture is part of strategic measures put in place by the University of Uyo management to equip its registry staff with requisite knowledge, skills, and information needed to perform their roles effectively for the overall success of the institution and the society at large.
The opportunity to understand the indicative determinants in service delivery in face economic and expectations for the future.
Vice Chancellor Professor Yaudan Dayo said the registry lecture is one of the lecture series put in place by the university management aimed at educating staff and public on the need to enhance efficiency, skills, knowledge base, and consciousness about quality service delivery by all categories of staff in order to remain ahead in championing healthy global practices.
Economic analysis of our nation. On one hand, it is estimated that one person employable and another not employable will be sufficiently highlighted and emphasized in the hope that the potentiality of job seekers will be fulfilled in order to ultimately eliminate banking, mistakes, and other such characters from our labor force.
The chairman on the occasion and political advisor to the state governor, Dr. Godwin Tugude, appreciated the university registrar, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, for choosing to tread the path of her predecessors in sustaining the registry lecture initiated some years ago, stating that such is needed in tertiary institutions to enable staff adapt to changing and challenging economic situations in order to meet up with global standards.
In 2074, University of Uyo History Lecture and Conferring Award is specially set aside for all ministry staff, among other things, to reflect on their relevant competence, abilities, opportunities, as well as challenges with a hallmark of vertical administration.
The events featured unveiling and presentation of the registry digest by Dr. Udawobod and his team, goodwill messages, and presentation of awards of excellence to distinguished supporters of the event. Esther Umore, AKBC News.
Akwa State House of Assembly has praised Governor Mono for re-awarding contract for the construction of Nsilatai Okobo Oran Road project. The commendation was contained in a matter of urgent public importance raised by the Chief Whip of the Assembly, Chief Effiang Johnson, at the last sitting. Legislative Affairs correspondent Uyoko Swa has the details.
Chief Johnson, whose matter was received for deliberation through a motion by the Okobo State Constituency Representative, Mr. Pius Bassi, and seconded by the Oromoko State Constituency Representative, Mrs. Kenim Onofiop, expressed the hope that more than 8 years of suffering by commuters would soon end.
Mr. Speaker, remember about a month ago, year before year, I raised a motion on the past situation of Nsilatai Road. And yesterday, the governor graciously awarded the contract of Nsilatai Airport Road to Okobo. And people of all are asking Mr. Speaker to say thank you, because the governor stood there yesterday and awarded the contract to NSEC. And people of all are comprised of the 5 government are extremely very, very happy. So, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of all persons, people want to say thank you very much.
The Deputy House Leader, Mr. Tobon Bob, and the AKBC Eastern Obono State Constituency Representative, Mrs. Selina Okbatu, contributed to the matter before the Speaker ruled on the issue.
I want to thank the member representing Chief People of the House for being honest and expressing a deep and great sense of gratitude to my constituents, the governor of our part of the state, for the great job he's doing so far, especially in the area of road construction. Mr. Speaker, he forgot to mention that His Excellency the Governor terminated the existing contract on that particular road.
I'm glad to take this afternoon to lay my voice on this very important thank you speech to the Right Honourable Speaker to say that I am one of those people who are so happy to hear that today that His Excellency the Governor of Akwa State, Abia, has re-awarded the contract of Oro, Strata, and the road to the entire Oro.
I think I will move and second that this House send a letter to Excellency thanking for what he has done on the people of Oral Nation and Akwa State at large. Those in favor said aye. Those against said the ayes are
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
Now, while the Akwa State House of Assembly has called on the state government to checkmate the activities of scavengers to forestall the destruction of strategic infrastructure, this followed a motion for an indefinite ban on scavenging by the House Leader, Sunday Johnson, who represents Ona State constituency. Again, legislative reporter Uyoko Uswa tells us more.
The House Leader in his motion explained the menace of scavenging and the attendant consequences and risk to the state and advocated an indefinite ban.
Moreover, some of these critical investments put together by the government to better the education in the state has suffered a setback from criminal elements among the scavengers. Also, however, the vandalization of school property and construction in our state is the direct attempt to jeopardize government's effort in developing education in our state. Honorable colleagues, this motion therefore prays that this House to resolve as follows. 1. Scavengers in Akwa State must, as a matter of urgency, be bound until further notice.
The motion was massively supported by his colleagues, with most of them highlighting security concerns.
I don't know why in every street of Uyo you see people carrying bags. They can go to your house and carry your generator in your absence and put in the bag and go away. Why our security agencies don't live up to expectation to arrest most of these convicts? Anything where I come from, over 20 solar power pumps have been vandalized so far, and the primary healthcare centers and also the rural water schemes. We did a suspense of it, and over 20 activities have been provided by the previous governments and the World Bank have also been vandalized. The death of my daughter, Mrs. Shafiq, have been that was brought by the banks. That was the church in all our so the affects the environment. I will have to do something about it. So let me the layout of bringing of this motion, the house of bringing on this motion.
Speaker Udeme Otong directed the clerk of the House to communicate its resolution on the motion to the state governor for immediate implementation. Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
On that note, we'll end the news this morning, but just before we go, a quick look at the recap. President Bola Tinubu has declared April 7 every year as National Police Day. Tinubu made this known Monday night during the maiden edition of the Nigeria Police Award and Commendation Ceremony held at Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. He identified a complete overhaul of institutional mentality and memory of police officers as fundamental to his administration's ongoing bid to transform the force. The 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture of the University of Uyo has been held. The lecture, which had its topic Employability and Dynamics of Service Delivery in a Challenged Economy, the Way Forward for Tertiary Institutions in Nigeria, was delivered by the guest lecturer and Vice Chancellor, National University of Science and Technology, Abuja, Professor Joseph Eberendu. That's the news. Thanks for staying with us. Good morning.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a